on! Football!
Let's dive in, break down some film here of one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League with our guy, 10-year NFL veteran, Alex Boone, the Rhino. Pour one out for Jeremiah. He's on family vacation, so he doesn't get the pleasure of watching the Detroit Lions mauling opposing teams. What's the fine for again?
No-show.
No-show fine?
It's a no-show fine, and then it's also a no-stress fine, since you didn't have to be stressed about this. But, yes, I mean, dude, you brought it up, and everybody knows how I feel about Dan Campbell and the Lions. Jay and I are huge fucking fans of the O-line coach, Hank Fraley. He was our assistant here, longtime player in the league. They are a badass group, dude. And the one thing that I preached to my boys before they left was, don't forget, they just paid Panay $120 million. It is a premium to be a fucking badass in this league. And if you are, they will find you. They will pay you. Don't forget, this team just got Kevin Zeitler.
Oh,
my God. I'm not kidding you, dude. You could inject so much into my veins right now. I am so excited for this team.
Right here.
Oh, yes. Mr. I broke my throat, but still somehow fucking played. Are you serious? I am the biggest Frank Ragnow fan in the world. Let's go.
So I grabbed some stuff here. Let's go full screen on this. And by the way, if you are new to the O-line committee, we got two former NFL players, Jeremiah Sirles, Alex Boone, with over a decade and a half of experience. We chop it up on the podcast every week. We break down film from an offensive lineman perspective. So click that subscribe button and the like button on this YouTube video. We love the Detroit Lions on this podcast and these film breakdowns. So I grabbed some stuff from the divisional round game against the Buccaneers. And then we're going to go through essentially 2 full drives. And then if we have time for maybe a partial one, because they did some work in that first half against San Francisco too. But I thought it'd be fun. I just want you to take us through a touchdown drive and what the offensive line is doing here. So I will roll tape. You tell us what you're seeing. We'll play every play in full and then go back and slow it down. Here we go.
I love it for sure. I'm just going to talk a little bit. We're starting to looks like a 3x1, get to a 2x2. Look at that. That's so fucking pretty. Oh, I love this. All right, here we go. We got a little bit of a jet motion, and I love these jet motions because when you watch it, pause real quick. Hold on. Pause it right when he gets to the quarterback. Right there. Pause. All right. You see the back linebacker? I can't read his number. I think it's 52. Yes. See how you're gone. You are totally displaced from this play because we are tossing the ball to the right.
We're going this way. Yeah.
And you've already taken one step the wrong way, but it's because of this motion. They're not sure, right? Like this little bit gets everybody. At the same time, it gets, I think that's Levante David right there. It gets him to just see how he just sits right there. He doesn't do anything. He's just pausing, which is great for us because we're all moving somewhere. We're all in the motion of doing this. I love how we're out here. We have a little scoop block going on with our receiver. He's going to climb at the same time. But see right there, pause. This Panay Sewell right here. See how he got this edge right here? We've captured everybody. Nobody's going to be able to get over the top of that. Our backside linebacker is back chasing something else, and our front side is paused, freaked out about getting beat outside, and now he's sprinted to the edge that our receiver can block him. Now, I'm not saying receivers at this team don't block because everybody knows the rule with this team. If you don't block out there, you ain't getting the ball fucking thrown to you. But this is a great job. And when you have receivers that can block, dude, it makes your run game so much better.
Their play action game is on point too because they run the ball so well.
There you go. This is what they do. They want to beat you up first before they throw the ball. And it's such a fun game plan because, look, that little bit of hanging the ball out there gets everybody to bite. And then, look, we'll just check it down, and we're still 15 yards down the field. This is why they're so good. And it's hard because at the same time, you're asking a lot of guys to block one-on-one. And
they're kind of freezing 54 here, it feels like. With
they're always freezing.
The motion and then the play action.
Now he's dropping like crazy to get back and just leaves this huge void up in the middle where nobody is. And here we're 10 yards up the field. And now I will say this, play action, go back. It causes a lot of us to be on one-on-one islands, right? Like for sure the left tackle is going to be on an island. The guard will be on an island. Backside is where you're going to end up getting all your help. And this is where I'm going to tell you the truth. I hated playing tackle on play actions because see how Decker's out here on his own. It's very tricky to do that, right? And I'm not saying I can't do it, but even the guard. See how the guard, the defender's got both his arms in his chest. Like jump setting someone is a fucking skill. It is a massive skill. And you have to be really, really good. And they are at Detroit. But look at the backside. See how it's 3 for 2? That's the job you want. See how that guard's in there like, I got everybody. Like there's always one guy that's kind of like, I'm helping everybody, but everybody else is in a one-on-one by themselves. So I will say this, you have to be very, very good. And you can set them up like, see how everyone's kind of attacking and they don't know right away, is it a runner, is it a pass? But as soon as they figure it out, that's when you need to sit down and start playing pass pro. Very tricky to do, but the Lions are one of the best at it. Once again, throwing it to one of our amazing running back, who's that, Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah, man, Gibbs and Montgomery are just studs, man.
Studs, bro. Oh, here we go.
Another one just wide open, middle of the field here.
Here we go. And now we're in gone protection. Go back. Here we go. So now we have nobody blocking in the back. So now everybody knows it's a pass. They're clearly in a more exotic front. They're in an odd. Some teams call this a ruby. You have 3 down, and then you have your 2 linebackers walked up, right? This in our scenario would be a 5-0. Everybody's locked on someone. And basically, the problem with this one is there's nobody else to read, so you have to know as an offensive lineman. If it's not one of these original 5 guys coming and he hits my inside gap as a guard, like say I'm the right guard right here, right, over 54, if anything comes inside 54, I have to know that I'm squeezing, and I have to tell my tackle that he's squeezing. Now, Panay's the best. He knows and he can see everything. You can see his eyes right now. He sees everything, right? So he'll know if something's coming in. But these are really tricky situations. But once again, we've just pounded the ball. We went a little play action. Now we're going to spread them out. Like we have them in so many different worlds. They don't know what's going on. And here we are. We're just chilling back here. Up, we get rid of this ball.
29 shows up. So they bail 52 and 29.
Then that's a simple out, right? I'm initially thinking 52. As soon as I said, see, that's a great set by that guard. But as soon as he bails, see how 0 just comes to him? Nothing happens. Nobody panics. We know. Decker sees it. 52 dropped. Now we just take the next 2 most dangerous. But if 52 were to come...
So they start like this, right? Mm-hmm. And then once 52 bails, then they switch.
Fan it out. Yep. But if 52 were to come, we would stop at 0 and 29 would be free. And that's sometimes where you hear these announcers, and this is the shit that always pisses O-linemen off, is when they'll be like, free runner on the quarterback. Well, they don't realize the rest of us were fucking working. Like, what were we supposed to do? That's when you throw your hot route, right? Yeah. Hot route. That's what that means. We have no one to block this hot guy, so you throw the route.
Yeah, to that point, like sometimes as fans and media watching games, you think if there's a free runner that somebody screwed up.
It might be that
you did your job well, and the free runner is by design, and the quarterback does or should know it that there's a hot route somewhere, right? So.
Yeah, no. Things happen. We just talked about it. Hard job, right? Oh, here we go. Go back. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Look at these runs, man.
Look how they cut the fucking defense, dude. This is so sexy. I love when people do this. Stop.
I'm going to slow it down even more.
Right there.
This is football blocking.
Go back. Right here. See this tag block front side? Okay, so we have a simple play. It's a handoff. We're out of the gun. But here's what teams are starting to do, and I love this because Giro kind of started to move with this a lot. See how Panay's coming down? He's basically going to stop this, right? This is where the wall's going to start. Nothing is allowed to come past him. He's setting this wall right here. Now watch how the next 2 guys pull around him. It just allows them to get on these guys so much quicker, right? Like 0 wasn't expecting to get hit by him. And at the same time, look at 27. He's getting pulled in by this. Now, Frank needs to stay up, and if he did, he'd be on 27. But see this running lane, all because we blocked down on a 3 technique and we surprised the defensive end. Because, look, I'm sure Laporta's going to try and maybe do a little fake jab step, or he's going to hezzy as he tries to go through just to hold space. They do that so that number 9 doesn't come crashing down, right? Because if he does, it makes it really... See how he steps out right there?
Oh, yeah.
They do that because they don't want number 9 barreling down on the guard, because if they do, then you're going to have to log around him. And that's really tricky to do. They'd rather you just kick his ass out just like that, get Frank around on 27, and then you're running on everybody, right? Great play design. We still didn't even get that guy blocked, and it's a great play design.
It's still, yeah. So if Frank doesn't trip over the carpet monster,
dude, it's hard. It's hard to get running through there because it's such a tight window that you're running through, and you forget that the guard's going to get hit, kind of stood up, and then you get foot traffic in there. Is that a fullback in the backfield? You got to be shitting me.
The celebration at the 20 here hold on, let's go back. Look at this. This is great.
he already knows.
Dude, at the 20
true lineman.
Yeah.
You know he's not getting caught. Oh my God, I love it. Dude, go back. All right, here we go. This play is one of my favorite. Would be like a 97 Bob. And then we used to call it Bob, B-O-B-B, as in Bob McKittrick, that award that's hanging behind my head. We named it after him. And Bob always meant back on backer. So go back. The fullback is always taking the fourth element on this, 23, right? And this to us was a fucking statement play. When we put our fullback in on the safety, it was like, I want you to go rip his fucking face off, and we're all going to go celebrate. Like, look at this. You're downhill in the 23s, like, the fuck I want any part of this. Fullback's like, I'm coming, bro. But what's so great about this is this is what we love about the zone game now. It's created so many more opportunities. This is supposed to go front side. It's clearly not going to go front side. Go back. We can all talk about why. I don't like him. Why don't I like him? Here he is. Fall flat on my fucking face. God damn it, tight ends. Keep your goddamn feet.
So you're saying if tight end does what he's supposed to, then this play runs sort of front side that way.
Yes.
But
it should come follow the fullback. Yeah, because look, we have what we call here would be a slip between the left tackle and the left guard. This is a tight slip. Technically, a slip is anytime where zone and the tackle and the guard are going to be reaching this end together. We would call that a slip. The only reason this kind of play gets fucked up, it's because the tight end doesn't scoop it. If the tackle would have been with the tight end's free to run his ass as fast as he wanted off the ball. But because he's by himself, he has to be a little bit more careful. He kind of wants to get out there, but he's not. See how he's lunging? Yeah. He should be forcing more of his helmet to the outside shoulder so that guy has to widen, because that guy has gap integrity. In the NFL, everybody has gap integrity. If he doesn't, he's going to get cut. But see how that play right there stops it up? But the only reason they're slipping is because the fullback's leading for 23. So we wouldn't tell the tackle, hey, scoop and then come back, because 52 is going to see you step out and then hit it right now. So it's a tricky block on the tight end. I agree.
But you're telling me that this beautiful seal by Penei Sewell, that this is like a secondary read for the running back right here?
Pretty much. And it's not so much a secondary as much as Penei knows what he has. He has leverage, and he knows if he creates this lane right here and everything breaks down front side, maybe there'll be a cutback lane. Look how amazing that is. He doesn't attack him. He tries to swat his hands down, which in turn gets Golston to go, what the fuck is going on? I have no leverage. I have no power. And I just create this huge, massive wall for him to scream. Dude, $120 million gets paid for a reason. I'm not kidding you. Dude is phenomenal.
Look at
that is sexy.
So that was
should have given him the peace sign.
There was a lot of that.
Should have given him the peace sign.
There was a lot of that against the Buccaneers. And then I know that the second half is very traumatic for Lions fans in this NFC Championship game, but the first half was a barrage of offense and touchdowns. Let's go through some of this. Okay?
Here we go. All right, so we're obviously in a way higher stakes game. We're in a 3-by-1 set. We're in a tight. We would call this like kind of a nasty, right? We're tight. Ooh, there it is. We just talked about it.
Look at these guys getting out there too, man.
Hey, we talked about cutting the defense, didn't we? We just talked about how lethal it can be. Go back. All right, right here. Number 8. Talk to me. What are we doing? We're pinning down. This, we used to call this, and because Penei's going, it looks like to the widest, it would be called whack. If he would be going to the alley, like say Penei were to pull and run up the hash, this would be called truck. But because he is the widest, we put a W on it to let him know he is the widest. We call this 98 whack. And so we're basically pinning down. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown. And who is that? Jameson Williams?
And then
is that
14.
8 or 9? I can't tell you. So they're going to pin down, right? We call this down blocking, which is weird to me because see how number 2's inside? You would think in this kind of alignment, he might be a little bit more head up just so he can't get pinned so easily. But at the same time, see how Nick Bosa has zero recognition of that receiver next to him? He's not thinking he's getting pinned, right? Does just enough to get him off Penei. Just enough that Penei can clear this, and now you're out there.
And 14, real quick, back to 14 here, too.
It's a great block.
So you've got receiver pinning here, and then you got 14. Would you say pinning too, or how would you say that?
Yeah, you would say you two are pinning down. Normally we run this out of a diamond formation, but you can run it just like this.
And then instead of having receivers downfield opening up, you have the best right tackle in the NFL downfield.
If it were to be called truck, there'd be a receiver out here blocking the corner, but they've all moved in, so now we call it whack. Dude, it's incredible. Glowinski and Penei both out here. Phenomenal, dude.
It's Poor guy.
Why do you do that? Because you have an athletic enough tackle that can get out there and hurt people. That's a DB. He's probably going to be a little bit slower now, right? All of a sudden now we're going to start attacking everybody on the field. How do we do it? We put the big boys out there. We just get after dudes. God damn, that was a lane, dude. Here we go. 2-by-2 formation, single running back. I love this. Here we go. We got an over front, strictly over. We got look at a little bit of a free safety down here. Which way is Laporta? Laporta's he's to the right, yeah. So we're in an over,
so
safety
Laporta's
down.
Right here, right? This is Laporta.
Yeah.
It's hard to
so
see
we're calling the strength is to the right. So now this would be an over defense. We have all of our linebackers in the box. It's a 59, but the free safety came down. Here we go. This is one of the newer plays. This is split. Go back tiny bit. I told you, people running in the backfield scare linebackers. Watch what's going to happen when this tight end runs across the field. We call this split because it's a split motion. The back's going to run to the right, but the fullback's going to run to the left. See how Fred Warner's instantly taken backside into this block? He's going to start to the right. This is a hard block for us because this is tight zone. So I'm thinking that if I'm the right guard and I have Panay with me, I'm thinking we have to take Armstead to him, which is a long ways. But look what just happened. He came to us.
Interesting.
Well, how did that happen? It's because you know this ball's cutting back. This tight end's going back, and he's told one thing. You cut the living shit out of that pass rusher. I mean, I want you to break his goddamn leg. Slow his ass down.
So you're saying, real quick, this dude's job is to cut Bosa?
Yes, 100%. Laporta's job is to get him up.
Way.
Yes. Your job is to get inside of him, get him to stand up, not see this tight end coming, and you're going to climb to 57. Right here, backside, we're B into Fred Warner, who just walks right into our block. The problem is the safety front side, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's getting trucked by a goddamn receiver right now, and it's going to cause this whole problem to happen because there's going to be a big bottle up right here. Gap to 48.
So 31 is getting smoked here by a receiver.
He's the one that should come in here and make this play.
Yeah.
But instead, we have to have the strong safety come in here. Yeah. Dude, this is a great. And not only that, but to run plays like this consistently and even into the playoffs, you got to be a mentally tough team. That is a physical-ass play.
So drive continues here. Another play action. This is just a little dump off to Laporta. We'll get to the
this is great.
Meat of this drive here, but and then they hit you with these little quick hitters, right? It's just.
And I love it because go back real quick. And I know people are probably going to get mad, but you just got to talk about this because look at all the linebackers right now. See how we're going to pull this guard. We used to call this, this is like a stutter. So it'd be like stutter pass right. And so we're faking power to the right. So we're going to pull this guard backside. See Fred Warner. He's already looking in the backfield. You got Dre Greenlaw in the back. Look, see they're stepping up.
So we're pulling him. We're pulling him this way.
You've got him. Look, he just sees this guy pulling. These two guys, the two best players on this field, are running to the wrong side of the field. Why? Because we're going to throw it right back to Laporta right here. See?
Yep. So these guys are both just sitting over here, wrong side of the field. Laporta.
How do we get the two fastest, most amazing linebackers on the field to not see us throw it to Laporta? Oh, well, we just pull the guard the other way and dangle the ball in front of the running back. And look, we'll just get him on the safety by himself. It can't hold themselves. Watch what happens.
Man. We'll slow this down.
Watch how fast Dre Greenlaw hits this.
57. Keep an eye on 57. Oh, he's got it, right? Oh, he's going to step up there. He's going to, oh, no. So he's out of the play.
How many guys are stuck in that circle? How many guys are there? 6? 5?
6. And by the way, Fred Warner is sniffing up in there too, right?
Exactly. Look at that. We've just bottled them all up. Oh, and by the way, we're going to hand it off to the fastest player on the field while 6 of them are in a circle. Like, who's going to make this play? That's why this is so fun. And if you really know football, you understand why Dan Campbell does what he does. Right? It's hard to be a run-first team and make it to the playoffs year in and year out, but there's times where you can throw in a little bit of deception to fuck the defense because they just can't control themselves. They are mad dogs, blind dogs in a meat house that just want to go attack. So it's like, hey, eventually, and I've heard the coordinators on the sidelines, hey, these linebackers can't control themselves. Hit them with a gimmick. Hit them with something, because then all of a sudden they go back to, okay, now I'm sniffing it out too early. And then what do? Now we run duo at your ass when you don't want to step up in there. Like, there's so many counters to throw back at you that you can just never, never keep up with us, right?
Man.
Good coaches see that. They constantly talking on the sidelines. Hey, they're not one of the biggest things I used to hear, they're not keeping contained. Hey, or they'd ask people, hey, quarterback, they keep it contained? No, they're not. All right, hey, we're going to run a waggle now, right? And that's when they're just chasing everything downhill, and the quarterback just rolls right out all by himself. We're always trying to find, what are they doing wrong? Let's go attack that one thing. And once you do, you get a Dan Quinn team that's just fucking hard to beat, man, especially because it's
Dan
not
Campbell.
the X's and the O's. It's the
We love
Jimmys
Dan
and
Quinn,
the
too.
Joes. Exactly. And when you become a little Dan Campbell and you're like, oh, Dan loves me, he says I'm doing really good, I got to make him even happier, then you start to go out and fuck shit up, and that's when it becomes even more fun. Super excited for this team. You get Kevin Zeitler to add on to this offensive line. It's gonna be really scary, man. It's gonna be exciting.
Not the same old Lions that we're all used to.
We thought.
So awesome, man. If you enjoyed this film breakdown, click that subscribe button, click the like button, and tell some football-loving friends about the O-Line Committee. He's the Rhino, Alex Boone. I'm Phil Mackey. Jeremiah, missing this episode. Sorry, buddy. We'll catch you next time on the O-Line Committee.